name Julian Dubuque comes from the person who, in our history, founded Dubuque. You can see his picture everywhere, and I'm sure he was always wearing that raccoon skin hat. I'm positive that was always on his head whenever he went anywhere. But the other thing that strikes me too, and a number of the films that we've had here for Canada Night have been films by Indigenous First Nations people, either showing the stories of First Nations people in Canada, or also made by First Nations producers and actors and folks like that. Tonight is no exception, and it reminds us all that we have that connection. We have that connection with our brothers and sisters in Canada. You know, we never forget that we exist on the historic land of the Sac and the Fox and the Squawky here in Dubuque. It's a big part of who we are. It's part of our history. So, with that, I would like to welcome our special guest who's going to introduce the film for us tonight. So we have from the Canadian Consulate in Minneapolis, Dani Fisher. So Dani, please.
And that's really why we show up in Dubuque every year. Because film is one of the best ways to tell a story. And film is one of the best ways, especially a film that's made in and by Canadians, one of the best ways to understand what Canada is and who Canadians are. I appreciate the acknowledgement of the Sac and Fox and the Meskwaki Nation. Serving the country of Canada in this part of the world really helps remind us that we live on the historic lands of people who still maintain and preserve the Indigenous way of life today. And Singing Back the Buffalo by director Tasha Hubbard is one of those films. We are so pleased to be able to bring it to you tonight. I will leave it at that because I know I'm the last thing between you and the film. Please enjoy.